Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From just inside the 20, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
The Steelers at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
They'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 37. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Throwing, Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And that won't buy them much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone, and he gave it to him. 15 big yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it.
The Browns take over first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Faking the give, now Watson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson, off play action. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
From the 50, it's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson looking left sideline, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. We're scoreless after 1.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 70. And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
The man in motion left here, Johnson. Now Jones. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They go play action here on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Jones going to keep once more. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Browns drive about to get started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a... He's got a man! Complete!
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Chubb on the counter. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. That's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. There's another 1st down run right there.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Felton is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From the 6. And he returns this to the 22.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
From the 24, Jones. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Let's go.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. An option handoff given to Harris. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Off the play fake. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And for the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
That's out to Chubb, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On 1st down, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now Chubb running right. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 58 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Down to about the 22 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
On 3rd down, it's Chubb fumbled it, and it's CD. That's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That has a chance to tighten up considerably.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Jones throwing on 1st down. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones rolling to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the 1st half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come in with a pick right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Felton. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. In motion left, that's Cooper. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. It's a gain of 5 drive, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Running for it, here's Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Ready up!
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Back to throw. Jones. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Complete to Harris Campbell. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 39, Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Back to throw again. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for us.
Throwing Jones. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Here's Jones. Throwing to start the drive. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on second down. Jones looking for Campbell downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown!
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. Runs over him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
31. Steelers 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From way up at the 23. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Daniel Jones sacked by Myles Garrett.
Here's Jones. He's going to let it fly.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Jones. He's got Pickens, complete.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now Jones.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
To throw is Jones.
Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. Now Jones. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think